Hello, and welcome to my live at 5. I'm going to just share to my group as usual. That's the right group. Boom. So, welcome everybody to my live at 5 today. I'm Jeanne Omlor. If you don't know who I am, I'm the business profit strategist and coach, and I help service providers, coaches, and experts who are visionaries to scale to 20K plus months online and further. And today, I'm in front of the lake. I thought I'd go outside. It's such a beautiful day. So I'm going to wait a couple minutes. Today, we're going to talk about how to turn up as a leader and to motivate and inspire others. And I've got a little list here. I'm going to share it again. Okay, it says it's posted. That keeps coming up today. It's strange. Okay, so welcome everybody. We've got a few people coming up, but for some reason I don't see you. Okay, so if you are here, please do hashtag live. Hashtag, there you go. Okay, it's strange today. It's acting up. Alrighty, so how to be a leader. Well, first of all, being a leader, you have to turn up. Okay, I have a lot of people saying, I want to be a leader, or they're thinking they want to be a leader, but they're waiting to be made. They're waiting to be something. Well, the way you become something is turning up. And hey Todd, how are you? And the way you become something is to turn up and become it as you're turning up. So nobody on this earth, hey Alexa, nobody on this earth turns up a famous filmmaker or turns up a famous or good actor. They're turning up and developing themselves to become whatever it is. So if you want to be an amazing leader, you just got to turn up, and you have to start that process before you feel like you're an amazing leader. You become a leader. Hey, Fabrizio, Ryan, how are you? So you're becoming a leader. You don't wait. Now, we don't wait for anything in life to develop, and people that have true grit, they know that, and that's another thing that I talk about, is grit a lot. People who are gritty develop grit because they're doing the reps over and over and over again. So if you want to truly inspire people, turn up. That's 80%, the 80% of success thing. I think Woody Allen said that actually, but I think it wasn't just him. I think he took it from somewhere else. So you first of all, no matter how you feel, I might not feel like getting on a live or turning up or training sometimes, but I don't say, I just don't feel like that. So you need to be professional. So to be a leader is, first of all, to become a consummate professional at whatever you do. You aim to be the best. You might not be the best, because I don't want you to go into some sort of imposter syndrome problem. The thing is that you're developing, you're turning up, and you're just being vulnerable. So we're going to talk about, whoops, I'm actually sort of standing on my, crouching here. So now we're going to talk about, I have some notes actually, I want to make sure I'm not going to miss anything. So now we're going to talk about vulnerability. Vulnerability is not weakness. People are really mixing that up a lot nowadays. Vulnerability is admitting that you're human. It is not being weak. It's not like you are showing people, yeah, I'm weak. You want to be strong. So to develop as a leader, people need to see that you have strength. They need to see you're not crumpling. Like when COVID started, I didn't crumple. I was showing up. I was supporting people. I'm supporting my clients, and I'm not saying I'm an angel, but I'm giving you an example. And I know others were doing this. They were showing up, and they were being vulnerable, but they weren't being weak. So being a leader is people need to see strength. There's the nature background, Samuel. So back to the nature background. So I'm just going to shift a bit. So they need to see that there's strength, and they need to see that you are turning up no matter what. So what I mean by that, hey, David Frank, what I mean by that is you don't say, I'm just not feeling well, I'm not going to turn up. No, that's not strength, that's weakness, and that's certainly not being a leader. A leader says, I don't feel well, but I'm turning up anyway. I might not feel the best, I might even be a little bit sick. I'm still going to turn up, and I'm still going to deliver what I said I was going to deliver, because all of us have off days. We all have off days. And I don't care who you are, if you're pretending that that you never have an off day, it's like saying you're not human. Okay, so it's about being human and vulnerable, but not being weak. Now let's go a little bit more into the vulnerability. Some people are using vulnerability now, because it's a thing since Brene Brown, to have fake vulnerability. Now, that's not being a leader, because then we go into something that's inauthentic. So we have several things on the boil here now. Turn up, be authentic. And I know it's hard for people to be authentic because they're thinking, what's the real me? Well, work that out, that you're not trying to copy other people. So now we have another element. Don't copy other people. Turn up as yourself, consistently turn up as yourself to deliver your authentic message. So I know we're all inspired by other people, but if you're just going to be trying to be a carbon copy of somebody else, that's not authentic, and you're not going to turn up as a leader. You just really want to turn up as yourself with whatever you're being influenced by that's rocking your boat, but you can't be a leader if people see that you're just trying to be, the next Tony Robbins. We can't be Tony Robbins. We're not Tony Robbins, so don't try. And Tony Robbins is fine. He's taken. That thing, just try to be yourself because everybody else is taken. Okay, if you like this, guys, do #live, and some hearts would be great. If you have any questions while I'm doing it, do that. If you want to plug yourself or tell me where you live, that's awesome too. So the vulnerability, not weakness. Turn up. I just see so many people that just give excuses for not turning up. It doesn't matter. Nobody expects you to look beautiful or perfect or not be tired or be on all the time. People understand we're human, and actually they appreciate that somebody's not just pretending, to just be perfect all the time. I certainly don't pretend. I think everybody knows that. Hey, Nick, how are you doing? Okay, so the other thing that's really important as a leader is to keep your word. Okay, we're in a world where people just lie so much. And I think that when people understand that they can count on you to keep your word, keep your promise, that you're going to, give XYZ service, and you give it, and you don't try to get out of it because they feel that too, or you over-deliver, then people are like, wow, that's a leader. That's a leader in their niche. That's a leader in their industry. That's just a leader as a human being. Now, when I talk about leader, it could be in many different contexts, because not everybody wants to be a leader like me. Maybe they're a service provider and they just want to have the best service out there. That's being a leader in your niche. You don't have to be on lives to be a leader. Being a leader can be coming across in many different ways. So I'm definitely not just talking about somebody that goes on camera to be a motivational speaker. Okay. So if anybody's loving this, please do #live. Yep. Loves. Do you have any questions? A like. I got a like. Wow. Loves are better. Okay. So now the other thing is, yes, let's address the being somebody else. I know it's hard because people feel like they're not enough. Okay. So part of that is believing you're enough, that you are enough the way you are because you are an authentic human being. Now, one of my things is I actually see people. I see people for who they are, and also I see potential. So sometimes I'll be talking to a client and I'll be like, but you're an influencer. And they're like, no, I'm not. No, you are an influencer. You're on the way to being an influencer, because nobody just appears ready-made. No one appears ready-made. So if you can just take the first step towards what you want to be leading people in, then that develops. Okay, so again, you're enough. It always goes back to you're enough. Okay, so if you're loving this, let's have some hearts. If you have any questions or comments about this, yeah, I'm here. All right, now the other thing that's really interesting is what I want to address is a scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset. Now, I feel that true leaders have an abundance mindset, because if you're a leader, you're not scared about other people taking your sunshine. You're not afraid that, oh, somebody's going to take my business or outshine me. So I think I've been thinking a lot what makes a leader, and I really feel like the abundance mindset and non-scarcity. So that's another way of talking about that is celebrating other people, celebrating other people's success, because we are not scared that when they're successful, it makes us less. Okay, if anybody has any questions or comments about that, I'll be glad to address that. But I think you probably get what I mean, right? Who gets what I mean? So now this is rampant. People feel like because somebody's doing well, it's taking something from them, but it doesn't. And if you're a leader, you embrace and you celebrate other people. And it just makes people love you more because and I don't mean to do it in a fake way. I mean to be really conscious of celebrating other people and what they're doing and that generosity of spirit. That's a leader. That's a leader. A leader is not small and petty and fighting for that piece of the universe because there's enough for everybody. And I truly believe that. And I love celebrating other people anyway. So yeah, hearts would be great. All right, now the other thing is, all right, so there's one other thing I wanted to show you is this book that I love. This book, Principles by Ray Dalio. And basically, Ray Dalio, what he did was he admitted that he really wasn't that great a boss at one point. He realized that he really wasn't that great. And so he wrote this, over the years, he developed his principles as a company, as a person. And I strongly feel that if you can sit down and write your principles, yes, Ryan, abundance mindset, 100%. If you can write down your principles that you have as a human being and a business, then that really does make you a leader because you're really trying. You're not just, yes, celebrate other people's success. You're not just going along your life. You're aiming for something. So, for instance, one of my principles, because I've written them down, because I'm following it, and mine are way simpler than Ray's. Ray's just go on, because he's had a business for many, many years, and he keeps going through it, his principles of his company and what he's doing. But one of mine is to provide excellent service. In fact, one of my principles is I aim to have the best service as a business coaching program. That's my aim, is that it's the best, that there's really nothing I could do to make it better. So that's kind of one of my principles as a business person. The other thing is to keep my word. I really feel very strongly that people need to learn how to keep their word because there's so much rampant lack of service with people who you hire. I think we've all had those disasters, and it seems to be the thing that people just assume that they're not going to get good service or that they're going to be let down. So that's one of my principles. Okay, so what are some of your principles? I'd love to hear from you on this live and tell me if there's anything that you want to comment on. Also, I'm doing a Q&A now, just a general business Q&A. So if anybody has any questions, I'm here for you. I'm just going to, if you like this, let me know. I'm just making sure that I didn't miss anything. Yeah, so it's turning up, it's being authentic, it's being generous towards other people, it's speaking your truth and not being afraid to speak your truth because you're so afraid of being criticized. And you know what I was thinking today? A lot of people don't speak their truth because other people keep them in check. And what they're doing is they're appealing to the child in the other person, that child that was teased at school, that they're trying to sort of activate that shame. So what you do is you don't care. So somebody's going to criticize you, fine. Go back to the 4 agreements where, don't take anything personally. So you've got to be very clear what you stand for and just stick to it. And don't worry that other people are going to criticize you. There are so many people that are so afraid of turning up, especially on social media, because they are so afraid of being rejected or being criticized. And a leader doesn't care. They don't care. I wouldn't care if somebody said, you know what, Jeanne, everything you're saying is absolute rubbish. I would say, I appreciate your point of view. I would, because that's where I am now. And I developed that. I used to be very shy, and it was very hard for me to even start doing lives because I'm a little bit of an omnivert. That's an introvert that's sort of also an extrovert at times. So you get better at it. And I've definitely had people, I had people doing terrible comments in groups about me, and I don't care. I really don't. Does it hurt a little sometimes? It can, but you know what? They don't matter. What matters is turning up with your message consistently, not once, consistently turning up with what you stand for. And I hope what you stand for is good. And if you don't have something that's really laid out that you're standing for, draw it up like, your actual principles. If anybody's read this book, let me know. I love it. It's pretty dense, though. I'm not even through it yet. So I kind of go through and pick a page and read like 10 minutes. So who liked this? If anybody liked this, hashtag live. By the way, if you want to get on the phone with me, do hashtag talk. If you want to get on the phone and talk about how I help coaches and service providers who are visionaries to get to 20K plus months online without funnels or ads. And if you're watching this on the replay, please do hashtag replay. Okay, so I hope you guys liked this. I'm going to stay around for a couple seconds or a minute or two. It's been a short one today to see if anybody has any questions about business or anything. So if anybody has any questions, beast, strong mindset, yes. Now that's the thing. The other thing is, I want to address that. Nobody has a bulletproof mindset. I talk about that because that's what I aim for. But actually a human being, no human being, actually does have a bulletproof mindset because we are vulnerable. But I have to say, I'm going to stand up. I have to say that if you're aiming for the bulletproof mindset, you're already way ahead of the game. You know, you're way ahead. And that's something to aim for because I think it's being a leader to aim for stuff that maybe is almost impossible, but you're going to try anyway. Okay, so if anybody loved this, please give me some loves. Does anybody have any comments? Was this helpful at all? Do you feel that with these points of turning up, with being vulnerable but not weak, of, you know, consistently getting your message out there, writing down your principles, what else? And not trying to be somebody else. Who has felt that this was helpful? And if you're on the replay, love to hear, because there aren't a lot of people around these days because of vacations, I know that. But if you're watching the replay, do hashtag replay. If you want to get in a call, do hashtag talk. And if you love this, let me know. Okay, does anybody have any comments or questions about anything? If not, I'm going to sign off and I'll see you next Saturday live at 5. Okay, I'll wait a second. Looks like we're good. Okay, God bless you all, and I'll see you next week. All you leaders, keep it up, show up, turn up, and keep your message no matter what people say about you. Okay, take care. Bye.